I've had a lot of really good professors that really cared about me.
It became a goal of mine to be friends with him before I left Moody.
Just the way he talked about theology when I came in, it wasn't just, he did lecture, but it was also very conversational, very down to earth.
And he invited me to be a part of that, I believe in my second year as a sophomore at Moody.
And she could come across kind of severe. People were intimidated by her because she expected a lot of her students, but when you talked to her one-on-one, she was very caring and personal, and she's counseled a lot of women, so she has a real heart for that. And I met with her a few times for coffee, and it was just such a joy to get that kind of attention from her.
And the thing is the culture that I've come out of is very, very, people that are in authority, you're not allowed to talk to them. It's sort of like this very, like, they're higher than you. And so it was very interesting coming to Moody because all of a sudden the professors just really, really want to get to know you.
So, tell us about your favorite professor.
I've had a lot of fantastic professors at Moody. And one professor that I've really gotten to know pretty well and I'm really grateful for is Dr. Litfin.
First semester of junior year, John Clark, I think it was his first year teaching.
One of the professors that really impacted me in this section of my life was Clive Cregan.
Dr. DeRose is one who really sticks out to me.
And just one of the professors, Professor Wilkinson, that's Kurt Wilkinson.
He started a house church during my time at Moody, and he invited me to be a part of that.
I just fell in love with it and really appreciated his energy about it.
Dr. DeRose is very witty and insightful. She can make you laugh, and then she'll say something so poignant about human nature that hits you so personally you just kind of stop for a second and then quickly write it down so you don't forget.
And finally, I turned in my final project for the class, and I was like, oh, here we go again. It's just going to be, me finding out that I'm a failure at film. And all of a sudden, at the end of the class, he comes to me and he goes, Ethan, I really appreciate you. And I was like, really? And he's like, you've never tried to jump through my hoop, ever.
He shared the story about his wife. She was standing near some playground equipment and a young kid jumped off of it and landed on her neck and broke her neck. She still has struggles, but just that struggle through that theology to really think it through and be honest with us and talk to us about that really struck home with me.
Continue deepening that understanding of the church, the universal church, and finding my place in that.
I had already been involved in several church plants, but in Brazil, in a South American setting, not in a North American one. So it was very interesting to see how he went about it.
Her class really allowed me to examine myself and helped me value the importance of knowing yourself well and knowing your sin well so that you can fight temptation well.
I was like, well, is that like a bad thing? And he was like, no, like, I really appreciate that because it actually makes me feel like I'm doing my job as a teacher and just really making you think creatively.
I sort of traced back to sitting in his Christianity and Western culture class learning about where my faith came from.
It was a really good experience. I got to learn a lot of things from him in terms of how he viewed church plants.
Doing theology in the tough things of your life, and thinking about it from his perspective, that was very influential for me.
She really inspired me to want to know more about the world around me, whether it be politics or just literature and the Bible. She drew from so many sources during her lectures. It always astounded me.
It was just like one of those times where all of a sudden I realized, yeah, I am where I'm supposed to be again. And it was just, I don't know, it was just really uplifting.